Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nyambura and this is 101 Books. Today is going to be a really short Maktaba Manenos because as with last time, I haven't really been borrowing a lot of books on account of I haven't been finishing a lot of books. So all I do is renew books and there's no need to be like, okay, I've renewed 17 books since the last time I saw you. So let's talk about the books I've borrowed since the last Maktaba Manenos. The first of those is Delaware's Destiny by Tommy Obaro. And I borrowed this as a hybrid where the audiobook is narrated by Taria Peterside. I'm going to put a link down below to the part where I talk about this book in my latest roundup. So I'm not really going to go into details about it here. Next is Just So Happens by Fumio Obata. The concept of this book is that there is a young Japanese woman who has moved to London and made it her home. She has a good life and so on. Then her father passes away and she goes back to Japan to basically engage in those rituals of life and death. And yeah, just the concept of the book really drew my attention, so I borrowed it. Next is If You Have Me by Uni. I talk about that in my latest roundup. So again, I'll share a link to the particular spot down below. But this is maybe the first or among the first new adult NA novels I've read. Because generally I feel like I read YA or contemporary fiction or literary fiction or whatever, but that space where we're dealing with 18, 19, 20-year-olds is not one in which I've been reading from or in. Next is The 100 Years War on Palestine by Rashid Halidi. This is a book that I've been seeing on the internet a lot, and I think it's the current book choice of the Abolition Book Club in Yuma, Arizona, where Sunny's Book Track, that's run by CJ over at CJ Reads, is reading. I think that's their current book. But as I said, because of the ongoing genocide in Gaza, it's a book that I've been seeing pop up on the internet a lot. So I put it on hold and it came in today. So that's the last of the books I'm going to be talking about. I also want to highlight something very interesting about this book. It's $12.99. It's right there, right now, and it's more expensive by $2 than the paperback edition, which is so wild to me. Although, like, all the prices I've put here are Kindle prices, because those are generally the cheapest out of like audiobook or ebook, seeing as I'll generally read the ebook format because books are expensive. I talk about this all the time. That's a huge part of the appeal of libraries. But as I said, it was very odd to see that this book was cheaper as a paperback than as a Kindle book. On the other hand, considering I live in Kenya and this book would probably be coming from the US or the UK or whatever, it would be more expensive than that extra $2 if it arrived here as a paperback. So those are some of those calculations one is always making when thinking about the price of literature, the price of reading, the cost of reading. It's like, okay, not only is it going to be the sticker price, which is maybe $15, it's going to be $15 plus tax, plus the profit margin that the shop is supposed to have, and so on and so forth. And yeah. Anyway, that was a total aside. That's all the books I have borrowed since the last time I spoke to you. Please tell me down below which books you're reading, which books you've recently borrowed, and so on. Oh, and before I forget, the total for this particular round of Maktaba Manenos is $38.96. I have not been highlighting the cost in previous Maktaba Manenos, and what I hope to do is to go back and like highlight that in the descriptions, you know, like retrospectively. But hopefully I'll remember to do that going forward. And I think, as I said, it's always interesting to know how much the books we are reading cost and how much we are saving by using libraries and so on. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.